And the guys are playing. Now, this is very embarrassing because you got a guy blowing on the saxophone, and he says, and all of a sudden, and I'm sitting, all these people that I was very cool in front of, I'm now going, bam, boom. And the next thing I knew, a stick came up on the cymbal. It said, ring, 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 and the guy came in, and I got up out of the seat. And this guy just sat down there, and and it was Max Roach, you see.
Rescued.
And Max had rescued me. Yeah. And he's just sitting there doing that thing. Meanwhile, somebody had shoved a lead pipe all the way up my arm here, and I couldn't straighten the thing out. And I just took my sticks, put them in my back pocket, and went on down the Wurlitzer, you know. And I said to the guy, I want my money back.
You want to know something? I didn't understand one word he said, and I loved it. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Yeah. That was funny.
It was funny.
Wasn't it funny?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Oh, there's no chance.
See?
What
the
could
ding part is what you hit with the blue stick.
Oh, no, you didn't say that before.
Swear.
No, you said something entirely different.
Where were you when I said it, Jack?
Huh?
Ask Dick what I said. Didn't I say that?
What did he say?
Absolutely.
Huh? Is that what he said?
There you go. Nebraska style.
Fred Astaire came from Nebraska.
Is that why you always do like this?
Yeah, that's why. Well, we have a message.
That doesn't fit at all.
We'll be right back. I guess everybody knows that one of the biggest upsets in the history of heavyweight fighting took place in Jamaica last month between champion Joe Frazier and contender George Foreman. Frazier, the favorite, lost the crown 1 minute and 35 seconds into the second round. And I had a chance to see the fight on closed circuit, and I thought, well, I know how it's going to come out, and I didn't go. I'm really sorry I didn't see it. Anyway, millions of fight fans are still trying to figure out exactly what happened and why. One of the participants is here tonight. Roll the tape now. And this is through the courtesy of ABC Wide World of Sports and Video Techniques, and we'll take another look at it. And if you didn't see it, it's quite incredible. Here's the Frazier-Foreman fight.
He is all over Frazier again. He has Frazier in the corner. Frazier's knees buckled. He is down. He is down for the fourth time in the fight. George Foreman is doing to Joe Frazier what he did as a 19-year-old to a veteran Russian, a fellow named Ionis Shapoulis, in October of 1968 in the Mexico City Arena. A quick left from George. Another. Frazier is down for the fifth time in this fight. Fifth time. 3 times in the first round, twice in the second. McCanny checked his senses, checked Frazier's senses. It's target practice for George Foreman. It is target practice. Frazier is ready to go again. Joe is standing. There he goes. 3 times. 3 times. The fight is stopped. The fight is stopped.
Joe Frazier. Let me ask you something. Do you know where you are? Do you know where you are?
No, first of all, I'd like to say I wrote something down before I come on tonight.
Oh, yeah?
To explain to you that I'm not losing any more fight this year.
Oh, you're not?
No. So I was thinking that
I'm glad to
maybe
hear that.
you probably want to put up a fight tonight, so I want to let you know from the beginning I'm not losing any fight.
Oh, well, that...
That changes
what I
want to know is, how come you know you're not losing any fights?
Because I'm not going to fight again.
Oh.
Not again this year, anyway.
Oh, I could have guessed that one.
Oh. No,
a child would have known the answer.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
Say, what? Cosell must have nearly lost his voice.
Yeah, how about that?
Perish the thought.
Really, I'm just...
you must feel bad about that part.
Well, I felt bad about losing the title, but let's say, you know, I lost the title and if it was fair and square, you know, and from looking at it over and over, you know, I could see the mistakes that I made out there, you know.
Could you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see a lot of mistakes. So, therefore, I always say now it's back to the drawing board for me. So I have to, like, start all over again and get myself together and, you know, be a little more careful out there.
What about where Cosell kept saying he doesn't...
one thing?
Sure.
You're one of the nicest fellas I've ever met.
Thank you,
Just for what you're
come to think about it.
to take that attitude about the whole thing.
Yeah, well, it was fair, and I got caught with some wicked shots, and, you know, I shouldn't have got caught with the shots because, you know, I've been around longer than George, and I know the fighting game, and I should have, let's say, did what I have done, but it happened, you know, and so back to the drawing board and straighten out all that. Bill, I was backstage, and I was listening to you and Jack on some of the comment of the show, you know. I used to, like, listen on radio, you know. Yes, Mr. Benny, here I come. I used to, like...
He's doing that at the racetrack now.
I used to listen on the radio, you know, like, we didn't have television where I come from, you understand? Yeah. Back in them days, we didn't have a quarter either put in the radio or nothing, you understand? And, like, the places I'm from, Laura Bay, Beaufort, South Carolina, my mother and father was, like, one of the, you know, community first electrical, you know, in the area. So therefore, we bought a radio, and we must have had the radio for about maybe 10, 11 years, man. You know, and I caught all the stories, you know, on the radio. We couldn't afford the television.
Was it a Majestic? That's what we had, an old Majestic radio.
Well, it was a little radio that it was made out of plastic, fiberglass, whatever it is, and a few tubes in the thing. You know what I mean? I didn't see the radio.
Was I on then?
Oh yeah, you were there.
And you were on... Ours was simulated plastic. It wasn't even that good. Well, there's a lot of stuff I want to ask about the fight, but we got to take this pause now. We'll be right back. Talking with Joe Frazier, was there any time you didn't know where you were when you hit like that?
Well, while I was backstage, a couple of these guys, they called me glass chins. I had a glass jaw or something. What was the guy saying?
I heard something.
I was watching.
That was a different show you were getting back there.
No,
they had
the same show.
No, it wasn't out here. It couldn't have been.
Really, well, the first punch that I got from George, you know, I was a little surprised. You know, I said, "Hey, what I'm doing down here?" You know. So I want to like.
That would be.
Yeah, I'd really want to.
That would be the question.
I didn't have too much time to check around and feel if that was me out there, because I know that was me. But I got back up, so I walked back to my corner. You know, kind of sporty like Bill would say. You know, like nothing happened. You know. You know, like when you're in down the place where the fellas at, you know what I mean? And when them knock you down on the ground, you know what I'm saying? You want to get them right up. See if anybody see you.
Like nobody noticed it. Well, that was what some people said. They said he should have stayed down for the count. I mean, there's an old saying in fighting that there's no way you can hide the fact that you're down. And as long as you're down, you might as well get those 8 seconds rest or whatever.
Well, this is the first thing that any fighter, as long as he's active and he's in good shape and he's thinking clear, this is the first thing that he would do. He would jump up, you know, get up and, you know, take the mandatory count. But, you know, I was a little hot-head and because I was a little angry or warm, you know, about it because I was down, you know what I mean? Yeah. First of all, I shouldn't have been down there, you know.
But do you ever actually lose track of where you are and what's going on? Have you been hit that hard?
Well, I would say maybe... maybe your timing is not there, you know what I mean?
But
you probably think your timing is there.
You don't wonder where you are or what's happening, or if it's a dream or any of that stuff.
Well, you'd be surprised that you went down, you know? I remember when I got knocked down in 66, I think, 67 by Oscar Bonavena. And I was, like, surprised, you know what I mean? And being knocked down again by George, you know, I was really surprised. So I said to myself, you know, hey, what's happening here? You know, this can't be, you know. So I got up and instead of, like, using the routine of an old pro and maybe take precaution as moving around and staying covered up, then I went back at the man who wants to fight him. And this is one of the big mistakes that I did, you know, because after all, I haven't really, he haven't tasted any of my punches yet, you know what I mean? And I did had a little taste of his own. So therefore,
you had a whole dinner,
right?
actually.
I should dinner, huh? Yeah. So what I should have done, I should have moved, around a little more and get myself together before I went back to attack the guy.
Well, I heard that you never watched him fight before, and that seems kind of silly, because why wouldn't you want to?
Yeah, I watched some of the fights. I've seen George move around
I saw you
one or two times, but every man is different. I mean, watching a man fight and let them hit you is something different. Being hit by the man.
May I ask one question? Yes. When you are fighting and you are being hit or you're hitting somebody, do you feel pain or are you hurt at that time?
No.
Or is it until the fight is over, until afterwards?
Well, see, it's not really a kind of pain that, I always think about when I was going to come and talk about this kind of situation at this moment, because I never had it happen, But it's something that you really can't explain, It's not kind of hurt that maybe you feel a pain here, like somebody stick a knife into you or probably punch you with a bullet or something. You don't feel it that way. No. You know what I mean? It's just like probably you take what kind of pills you was taking a while ago. It's kind of, I guess, it's more like taking a short trip, if you know all about it. I don't know much about it, but... it seemed like you're a little high, you know what I mean? But it's not a pain. It's not a sharp pain,
No.
But
were you...
Isn't there at least one dude up in your brain who says, uh-oh? I mean, like you're down. Now, it seems to me that there should be one cat who said, hey.
Stay down?
No, not stay down, because I know that being an athlete, the first thing you want to do is pop up and do your thing. This just a little slip, folks. Don't worry about it. But also, when the man dusts your gloves off and, you're doing one of these numbers, it's got to be...
You can't really see yourself doing that number.
But what I'm trying to get at is inside, you see this man coming.
Oh, yeah.
You see the dude coming.
Yeah, you see him, but also, therefore, you thinking that your time is together. You understand?
Nobody in your brain
just like you believe you're doing a show, you think you've got everybody in your hands.
But nobody in your brain said, uh-oh, he's coming again.
Yeah, but you can see him. I mean, you see him.
See.
But listen, therefore, you don't know exactly where he's coming from, with shots, you know what I mean?
Because to me, looking at your face, after you went down like the fourth time,
I can see
it looked like you were saying, now, wait a minute. Just everybody hold it 1 sec now.
Well, you couldn't back up
Let's
and
think
say
this
that.
thing through.
Yeah. So what you did, I seen him coming, you know what I mean? Now, the first thing come in my mind, retaliate at him, Go back to work, Yeah, go get him, because after all, you might get a good shot in and on him, you know what I mean? So therefore, that's why you went in working,
Well, when he hit you again after you thought that, did anybody say wrong?
Well, nah, because I enjoy it. Because the first thing you want to say, let's go back at it, try one more time. It's just like, if it happened, Well, it happened, but if I'm not going to give it up, you know what I mean? I'm going to go back and get that title one more time.
Listen,
are you going to go back and fight him again? You have to take a message. The thing that people have been saying about you was Frazier never realized what a beating he had taken from Ali, and that's why.
Well, the way I feel about it, I'm not going to give anybody credit, for something that another man did. You understand? I'm not going to give, I don't want to take any credit that, when Bob Foster put like maybe 10 stitches in his eyes, I didn't say, Joe Frazier did it, When George Foreman, stopped me, let's say, 2 weeks ago, I don't think I should give credit to Clay, you know what I mean? George caught me with the shot, so I think it was George that really wanted to fight.
Is there any chance that he switched styles on you since you had seen him fight before?
Well, no, he didn't switch styles, you know what I mean? He just like come out and work, you know what I mean? And, big, strong fella, and I know one thing. You ask me how well that he fight, I don't know, but I can tell you one thing, he punched good. He punched very good.
That's
I'll take your word for it. Yeah. Is there any truth to this sort of rumor that your manager was always against your fighting him?
Well,
fighting
I don't know. Managers and trainers, and they always against something that you get involved in. You know what I mean? But sometimes, you take a chance at it. Well, as long as I've been fighting, I always had a tendency of pushing my managers a little faster, you know, and I really had to want to go, and they had to put me in, you know, keep fighting me, thing like that, because I grow pretty fast in the game, you know. So therefore, you know, I had to want to fight because I didn't want the reputation or any of trying to duck or shun anybody, you know. I'm a fighting champ, and I want to fight George, and I lost the fight fair and square. But you know what I say? Back to the drawing board now.
Is it embarrassing to go out of the house the next day or for a couple of days? And
no, not to me, because, you know what I mean? I kind of put myself together for a day like this. I didn't expect a day to come so early, you know what I mean? But anyway, I prepare myself, you know, by being kind and nice to everybody. I treat everybody like I like to be treated, you know what I mean? Saying I wasn't the type of guy like I carried a whole flock around with me, you know. I could only carry a few guys that they on the payroll, and I paid them. So if this day should arrive, then I'll know how to handle myself. So the next day I went out, you know, I went to my gym, and they had welcome home champ, you know what I mean? So I tell them, you know, well, that's good too, and I go around like today. They asked me whether I'm coming on your show. I said, well, why not? I imagine you like to have me on the show, and the people want to see what's, you know, what it's all about, and they want to listen to me. So therefore, I'm not going to hide from it, you know, because I got whipped, you know. I've been whipped once, you know.
You know,
I got whipped a lot of time from Mama, you know what I mean?
And she hits good, too.
I want to tell you something. We have also laid eggs, you know, on the stage. We've been licked. We've been licked on the stage.
I'd rather bomb with a joke any day than to get hit in the forehead by George Foreman. Are you kidding me? I'd rather don't let nobody hit me, man.
No, I don't want anybody to hit me.
Well, I guess
but I don't like to lay an egg on the stage either.
Well, if I had my druthers, Jack, if the guy said, okay, Joe Frazier is going to hit you in the forehead, or you can tell a bad joke.
No, I would rather tell a bad joke.
Okay.
But if I had a choice...
I'm going to give you a bad joke.
No, if I had a choice of Joe Frazier hitting me, but that same night I did a terrific 2-hour show, then I'd be all right. I'd say Joe Frazier.
You take the punch.
I'll take the punch and then go out and do the show.
No, you're not hitting me no time, and and on top of that, I'll tell a bad joke too.
I guess that would be the bad joke.
You better believe it.
Joey, did you want the fight to go on when you knew they were stopping it?
Well, after I found out that I had a bad, cut in my lip, you know, I got the uppercut, cut my teeth, right? The teeth, you know, cut into it. So therefore, you know, there was no argument about, you know, keeping the fight going on because I had already been cut. So therefore, I'd rather have my lip and then, you know, keep trying to put it together.
Did you ever hear from Ali since this?
Well, no, I didn't hear from Clay, you know, not at all.
Did I call him the wrong name?
Did you hear from Foreman? Did you get a word from Foreman at all?
George came over, you know, the night of the fight. That's what all, you know. And I told him it was a great fight.
Joe came over?
George, not
George
Joe.
Foreman. Oh,
get these guys together now. See?
Wait a minute, you're Joe, right?
I'm Joe. That's George. The other one's Clay.
You got hit, and I'm confused. But I think it would be nice if Ali sent you a little note saying sorry about the recent unpleasantness. And
well, why you have to send me a note? Huh? We don't get along that well. We still don't get along. You know, we just like.
Next thing you know, you'll be fighting each other. We have a message. We'll be right back. Thanks to Jack Benny, Bill Cosby, Joe Frazier, and good luck to all of us on wherever we may fight next. Good to see you, old pal. Good to see you.
Thank you.